we've seen some ladder matches where the big change in this matchup is Banshee anti-magic shell is not dispellable anymore from destroyers. So instead of destroyers battling each other, you get two big clumps of green bubbles clashing into each other. That's exciting, because anti-magic shell made Undead Mirror pretty dumb. Now it's fixed. Ghouls, weaker. And this is a styles clash, or has been a styles clash. And I think that styles clash is getting... What? Reversed? I mean, usually it was DK Tet Fiends versus Lich Ghouls, but Happy is going Tet Fiends. And 1-0 is going Ghouls. I love how they both switch it up, but stay different. Seems like Happy is completely, whenever he can, abandoning heavy ghoul usage for a good reason. Because they're really not that great anymore. So let's all get excited about what's to come. TP sold. Did they face each other on ladder or not? Is the question. 1-0 just rushing across. Sells the TP, packs the ghouls. 4 of them. Oh, gets ensnared in the middle because Happy is there. Wait. Ah, I thought he pulled all ghouls, but no, 2 at home. Pulls the skill point, trying to assert dominance. Shoes on the other foot. Usually it was Happy creeping 1-0 harassing. Now it's 1-0 creeping and Happy is there for some last hits on his own camp. That's an Acolyte kill. Takes some vision away. Experience lead. And a surround. Only a skeleton. But it's a little sign. I know what I'm doing. I got you. Good to see 1-0 with a new approach. Oh, he's getting quite some hits in. Happy with the last hit. Wolf saved. Yeah, it's pretty much the opposite of what they played on the old patch. Isn't that fascinating? Neo, I got a question. How much dispel does the dispel item do? I got a counter question. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck? It's 200. 1-0 was banking on the fact that Happy keeps creeping. Oh, cat. Yoink. Yeet. Oh, almost the block. I think Happy has quite the upper hand here. Unholy Aura working now with bigger camps. That's of course the downside of Tet Fiends. This is your army. Can't use ghouls for rotation. And that lead from before might have been negated. 1-0 rich. Happy is not. Defense attack. Of course, 1-0. He has played this Tet Fiend style. Oops, ghouls to creeps. Has played this style for many, many years against Happy. You should know all the weaknesses of a Tet Fiend timing. Naga second. Damn, dude. That's almost old school. 1-0. Not going DK Lich Dark Ranger, but DK Naga Lich. You might think, how can you win a game without silence? Well, you can dispel silence. And the burst damage of Nova Fork Lightning in the later levels is oftentimes undervalued, I think. But then you can also go Banshees and diminish that damage. Very interesting. Happy a level behind. And of course, this is full map control. Oh, so unfortunate for 1-0. He wanted to pull the Ogre Lord to the tavern, as we've seen a million times before, but they throw an Ant Snare, block the ghouls, the Ogre Lord doesn't follow, and he has to abandon the red spot. Ugh. I don't believe in Naga second, gives the target for coil. Mana Shield, easier to activate nowadays. Maybe that's a thing. I'm a bit sad that we'll not see Triplock with this. I wanted to see more Impale. The question is, and Chechi says it in chat as well, how does this scale with the Frenzy Ghouls? Oh my. Happy again with the skeleton here to block the Ogre Lord. That's just... If anyone argues that Happy is not the best player in the world, then like... These are the little moves. These are the little moves, and 1-0 lost so much momentum. Thanks to the red spot. Even if Happy does a tiny little thing like positioning a skeleton in front of an Ogre Lord. Yes! Yes! Exclamation mark fanboy. I don't care. That's a great move. That's a great freaking move. And you know it. What a god. Lich Claw plus 12. And Happy is Mega Man. He defeated 1-0 with this Tet Fiend into Crypt Lord thing. And now he absorbed the power and he's using it against 1-0. Who's going back to his old Naga style. And I almost got sad that I won't get Impale. Here we go. Curious to see that we don't have Banshees at all. No Temple. No Dark... No... Yeah! No Dark Ranger in an Undead mirror. I don't think 1-0 is ready for this. Frenzy is up, but no Destros. Oh, Destroyer upgrade isn't finished. Impale hits hard. Nova target on the Naga can save himself with an Invo potion, but of course he wanted to use that later, ideally. No web up for 1-0 as well. Necromancer getting absolutely rectified. Murder. Murder on Concealed Hill. Jesus. If anyone didn't see the games of 1-0 yesterday, he probably would have predicted pretty much exactly that outcome. Yes. Is Happy evil? Oh, DK? Can the Naga reach? Can the Lich reach? Oh, the Naga can only reach for the casket as he disappears into the ground. Another TP Lich! Oh! Objective was already in the air. Probably wouldn't have been enough anyway. But Naga killed the second time, and you know what? Chat was right. Naga is exposed to Coil Nova. Chat was right. It disjoints? Yeah. Flute. Good. Usually 1-0 has very good reasoning behind his actions. As in a perfect game with perfect micro, his strategy is better than the other. But this is not a perfect game anymore. Not at all. Naga couldn't level. It's kind of beneficial to the Lich right now. Breaking upkeep in a bit. At least we're getting ready for it. Happy is breaking upkeep already. Concealed is empty. There's no heal spell. And usually Naga is the hero combo with the burst damage. But with the Crypt Lord, that changes. Or at least it's even. As you know, Fortlighting does a little bit more damage. But Impale hits more targets and has crowd control on top. Temple coming now as a follow-up. Oh, Happy unwilling to take a trade, or takes an early trade. 1-0 has no TP. Yeah, you're fighting in Happy's home turf. No, there shouldn't be a chance. 1-0 needs a miracle to make this fight work. Naga again, kind of used as a bait to throw the damage on him, but the DK perfect impale. The perfect timing. Emperor dominates map 1. Mega Man. Mega Man doing Mega Man things. Hey. Hey kid. Hey 1-0. Let me show you how it's done. Boom. It was true. It was really the middle, right? Red spot camp. Prevented twice, and the entire momentum shifted. I wouldn't write the Naga off. I wouldn't write 1-0 off. It was just Happy knew exactly what he was doing, manipulated the creeps in a way that they throw end snares, and the Ogre Lord gets blocked. And then it snowballed hard. But hey, let's see with better execution if 1-0 can perform better. 1-0. There was a quickie. Northern Isles this time. 1-0 is losers map. You pay attention to the builds. Definitely a potential for 1-0 to go into Fiends. As I call it. The honorary way of playing Undead Mirror. And we do have double DK again. We do have identical builds this time. With the crate. Yep. 1-0 back to Ted Fiends. It was a DK Ghoul experiment. It backfired spectacularly. Happy was also reading a book at the same time. Nah. Yeah, but it is like 1-0 must have seen a timing somewhere that clearly didn't work out. Okay, usually one is harassing, the other is creeping. Now both are playing Ted Fiends, and it seems like both are well aware that both are playing Ted Fiends. And then we have a creeping game. It's less explosive than the past 2 years that we've seen between them. In theory, 1-0 played this strategy a million times. And Happy is just starting to play it again after a little hiatus. Even though this was, of course, the meta before. So shouldn't 1-0 be better in executing and decision making, having more experience with that strat? Or will Happy's mechanics just take over because they're clearly better than 1-0's? I always felt like I definitely see the approach of the Lich, and that worked very, very well for Happy, but he always lost the momentum in the early late game. Always. And he made life for himself a little harder than it was necessary. Now that 1-0 advantage is gone. And 1-0 the one to play aggressive. Opportunity maybe? Not before the Magi is gone. Aggressive move by 1-0, rewarded. Not even scouted, as Happy is checking for the shop. Now there's a flank. Both staying on one fiend for a while. Happy was tanking with the DK. But on the other side, Happy is faster with this. Oh no, both have the second fiend pretty much at the same time. Okay, for now, given the DK's status and the one camp taken away, and that one camp being a claw +8. Early advantage 1-0. Welcome back to the Gentleman's Club, everybody. Are we both going? Was 1-0 flirting with the Naga again? Against Fiends, this can inflict heavy losses, but Happy didn't use any coils before. There were plenty of... Oh, plenty of coils. 3 Fiends versus 3 Fiends. Happy looks a lot calmer than when he's playing ghouls. No Fiends, the Zen way of playing Undead. Ghoul players are like these aggressive cokeheads. Always need action. Can't stop talking, you know, these kind of guys. Fiend players, we enjoy a glass of wine in the evening, maybe here and there. Read a good book, go to the theater. That's the classic. My eyes are dancing left and right at the production to see if there's an early temple coming. That could be a development. But not just yet. We're racing to tier 3. We're racing for destroyers. Wonderful win. Both are playing without a TP. But Happy is respecting 1-0 at the moment. Giving him quite a lot. Giving him the wand and giving him the shop. Yo, DK, you can't shop here. You can't farm anything. Double claw for 1-0. No damage boosts on Happy. Are we both going Crypt Lord now, or is 1-0 going DR? Doesn't have the gold currently. And he got nothing at the tavern. 1-0 had some moments where he only played dual hero. We have the answer now, I guess. He got the resources. There's definitely no Crypt Lord. It always felt a little mad scientist-y. Okay. Dark Ranger now. Okay, had to go to the shop. It is the standard. DK put to the side. Happy is the one going Banshees. Of course, between these two, if one goes Banshees, must be Happy. Even though 1-0 did play Banshees versus Labyrinth. Oh. Can we make sure that the names don't swap? Can someone check the PCs? Because that Lich with the double claw and the Dark Ranger with the pipe, that looks suspicious like Happy item. On the other side, we gotta scroll the Beast, a super tanky Crypt Lord. And the damage items are here. Happy went to the market. Oh, that choke is an invite to an impale. Got a silence. I don't really know what the silence hit. Not the Crippy, right? Nope. Oh, 1-0 don't have a TP. Only one Invo Potion on both sides though. 1-0 higher and up. Keep morphing destroyers. Yeah. Happy assess the situation. Like, this is not necessarily what I want. My Banshees aren't here yet. And 1-0 might hit a timing. Waiting for the first strike. DK far forward. Getting caught out immediately. Sick impale for the damage mitigation. Dark Ranger needs healing, but that exploits the Fiends. There was a lot of damage thrown onto that DK, and it didn't end up in anything, really. DK knows that the Nova's on cooldown, can move forward for a second. Coils are quite hard. Neck and neck fight. We have anti-magic, and the Banshees are coming really soon. Is a Nova enough? It's on cooldown again. Happy knows the cooldown inside out, of course. But 1-0 is taking a fine fight so far. Can the Banshees change that? Ooh, that nuke eventually paid off. But now a new puzzle piece in Happy's army. A puzzle piece that 1-0 doesn't have. For the first time, units are different, not only heroes. Should be a relatively easy snipe, keeping the DK back. Crypt Lord. Oh, yeah, that's an easy snipe, of course. Can't snipe any heroes then, if you're forced to go for the Banshees. Damage output. Uh-oh, Destroyer by 1-0. Catching the coil. Timing seemed good. Statue, very much exposed for Happy. Gets it. Uh-oh, Lich in trouble. Gets that. Coil exposes the Dark Ranger a little bit. Happy is falling apart. Happy is falling apart. Level up for 1-0. Impale. Invuln. Needs it. Woo, sick retreat. Now the next coil is up. Lich is safe. And we're running out of mana. We're running out of healing. Silence on all three heroes. 1-2-0 with the DR. That was quite sick. We were just waiting for the next coil. And the DK is in trouble again. Is Happy fighting back against 20 food? That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. He's just begging for something. Impale Lich dies. Can he get the counter kill? GG. And that was the 1-2-0 that you would expect when you saw the games yesterday and the day before. Look at him. Looks like half asleep. Absolute zen. Inner peace. After that murder we just witnessed there up top. Resident Sleeper. Resident Sleeper personified. Happy is mismicroing a little, isn't he? You're getting caught so easy, so early. That DK at the beginning of the fight. Boom, Nova focus immediately. And then what? You gotta be so careful. All of your attention is mostly on the DK to not die. And then of course it was all a little easier. Statues were mispositioned once. I mean, this is the highest of standards, right? This is just nitpicking, searching the devil in the details. But between these two, especially with the 1-2-0 Fiend Destroyer meta that we're playing now, it's not allowed. And, of course, as we're playing kind of the same strategy, items. Especially the pipe. Especially the pipe. But I didn't see any crazy mispositionings by 1-2-0 at all. Happy had to fight for every single kill. Coils were on point. Statues not exposed. Far in the back, actually. It's definitely both. But then, up to you guys. What's more decisive? An item or losing 75% of your DK in the first second of the fight. First map win by 1-2-0 in a long time. I have to look it up. Was it December? Take a look. War 3 info. Got all the info. No, it was March. Don't Force Me Cup finals. Don't Force Me Cup finals. Well, we're definitely forcing Happy into a longer series than he wanted. Third lost map for the Emperor this tournament. And we gotta watch the build orders. Identical. No, they're not. Somewhat. Should still be the same. Yeah. It's just a little phased. DK. Yeah, where is Mega Man now? Hit fiends on both sides. We're fencing. Happy? A little sleep in the eye, maybe coming from a little nap. I think if Happy has the choice, he'd always go ghouls if he thinks that they're at even strength. Just fits his playstyle a lot better. By the way, while we have the time and a lot of viewers, We're approaching halftime of the month. If you have an Amazon Prime sub laying around still and couldn't really decide which channel to give it to, I'd gladly take that decision off of your chest and take it. Just in case you forgot. Yeah, that's the thing. Slippers. 120, not that great. Mirrored creep routes. Will they clash in the middle? Or will they go to the shops? I feel 120 is quite comfortable playing mirror. Like mirror. Gives Happy the middle. Gloves of Haste versus Claws. Unsure how good Gloves of Haste are now. They're definitely closer to Claws than before. Going for circlets. Happy's DK looking fire. Ring of Regen on 120 though. Still love it. Even though this is one of the least meaningful matchups. If you can tank a little bit more with the DK, that's helpful. And he sells it. Well, at the beginning of tier 2, it's kind of understandable. Both run into each other here. You have so many expenses, and the benefit is okay, but not great. So, for once, I agree with the sell. One to 0 is half a level ahead. Happy's creep route on Hammerfall again is not necessarily the best. We've observed this many times, right? Scroll of the Beast. Ooh, this can give you a huge advantage. Used in the right time. Is it Naga time? Not queuing a Lich yet. Neither is... But they're still both supply blocked. Oh, Happy is not, as the Lich is queued. 1 to 0. This would have been a fantastic position for a Naga, but both are shying away from it. What's the reason for an Acolyte Scout? Isn't the TK first 99%? No. In the last 4 years, we've seen a lot of different mirror strats. Happy was always playing Lich, 1 to 0 was always playing DK. You kinda know what your opponent is playing. You just want to make sure that you know exactly what's up, and then I think most important is to see the start of a creep route. Where's your opponent going? What's his plan? That's, I think, more important than seeing the build. And, of course, to be cheese-proof or surprise-proof. Wee-oy, Happy with the rat spot snipe. Gets an arc. Got a big healing as well. Definitely helpful. 1 to 0. Did he sell the Scroll of the Beast? And Happy's items are getting gnarly again. I feel like Happy is coming back into this series, into this game. Nice response. 1-0's Lich is not bad, but it's also not that great. We got a better Dark Ranger timing this time. Slippers on her. Remo's proud. No Destro upgrade yet. No Black Arrow first, as destroyers are coming up. We got Web. Ooh, only on Happy's side. Is he the one forcing the fight? He's definitely the one grabbing up the invul. This could be meaningful. We have a heal potion at the other side. Both are making the assessment. Do you want to fight this or not? 1-0 isn't ready yet, I think. Oh, lasted steal. Not bad, not bad. Prevents level 3. Waiting for the first impale, waiting for the first Nova. Happy is inviting to dance, and 1-0 has to accept. There is a town portal. Sweet silence. Can't Nova, can't coil right now. That fiend is so exposed. Oh my god, Happy tearing him a new one for now. Oh yeah, Emperor marching forward. Spamming them impales. That's the third one thanks to the parry app. Super helpful on a Crypt Lord with the cheaper impale these days. Big right hand as well. Destroyers getting caught. Absolute annihilation again. I'd be very, very, very surprised if Happy gives that lead away. The heal potion is gone. The invul is still there. And we're fighting closer to 1-0's base. So maybe that's a chance? He's also fighting Nova too. There was just too many gains. Can't prevent the coil as Happy's DK positioning is a lot better than before. And he underestimated the damage of Fiends with the DK falling. Yep. Emperor strikes back. And is one step away from the winner bracket semifinal versus Sog. Yep. These items, they look pretty good. And Happy's creep route might not have been ideally the best initially. But the engagement and the timing at the beginning of game 3 was a lot better. Destro timing, better. Web timing, better. And then 1-0 decided, I might take this. I might not take this. I'm not too sure. Let's see how the early moments of the fight go. And then he got caught by Impale twice. Got punished. The silences didn't really do that much. DK positioning was better. Fiends super exposed in the middle of it all. And then that's the game. You could blame it on claws. You could blame it on other stuff. Hey, but that's just up to you. Without further ado, match points Emperor. He would face Sock the day after tomorrow, I think. Impale, pretty good. Now I'm curious about 1-0's response. We're on Twisted. Casino, Warcraft. Items can differ a lot. Sticking with DKs. Hooray, hooray, the Lich is dead, I guess. Devik TV, thank you for the Prime. Glad you thought of that. Also a first timer. Thank you. Twisted Meadow still exists? Hell yeah. We remodeled it a little bit, changed some positions here and there. But in general, Twisted Meadows is still the best map of all time. And everybody knows. We had some Dreadlords first before, but I think that's reserved for Labby these days. Happy ultra focused. These guys, I think the only thing they have in common, like in their entire life, is at some point they both picked Undead. Otherwise, they couldn't be much more different from each other. Just look at how they sit. Look at the style they play. 1-0, always a bit careless, especially on ladder. Happy every game 110%. Whether your opponent is 2800 MMR or 20 MMR, it's the same. And their nationality? Yeah, because you decide your nationality. Circuits are happy early. Both gather a bit of vision. Oh, so sweet! Coiled through the forest with the vision of the Skelly. What a god, everybody. What a god. And with that, 1-0 is getting quite some stuff done here. Happy is losing HP. Catching up in levels though. It was 1-0. Yeah, I confused the two for a second. I thought nobody noticed. Chat is too smart. Chat is too smart. Both arrive on level 2. And it's gonna be probably a calm mid-game with how many camps are available. Like, even at the arrival of tier 2, it's different. Happy queuing Lich, 1-0 queuing tech. Then it's the other way around after. He automatically assumes it's happy whenever he sees a good play. I mean, I could try to argue that, but yeah, it feels like we're sharing the map. And it always feels weird because if you're the first one to decide it's attack time now, you're obviously down in experience immediately. Oh, Rune Braces is a big one. Scroll the Beast again. The previous game 1-0 sold it if I didn't make a mistake. Does it again. Okay, big item for 120. Flute, rope, Sobi, devotion, all that is good. Braces, of course, as well. Racers! Cells. Okay. Okay. Is it the... Oh, Orb of Darkness! Bad item for Happy? Wonder if 120 will regret selling that. There's so much good loot. And again, 120 finds a good item at the beginning of tier 3. If he finds that somewhat later, I think he's gonna keep it. But if you're able to accelerate orb, statues, upgrades, all that, and third hero, you'd probably do that. It's a timing thing. You wouldn't understand. You watch the Twitch chatters we couldn't understand. Flute, okay, and a second Scroll of the Beast. Happy cleans the north, while 120 is kind of cutting through the middle. Orb of Darkness could be good if you're triple third. Guess it's not horrible. Spell Shield! And again, question, is the Spell Shield better than 600 gold? Same can be said about the orb. I think no item is worth 600 gold. Except in very specific moments. (331) versus 332. And 120 is going the route of the temple. Is he turning into a Banshee believer? I think I've never seen as many Banshees from 120 as in the past 10 days. Petty Great Hall is worth 600 gold. Fair. Yeah. Yeah, you got me. Another Bracer. He's probably gonna keep it now, as the matchup is becoming less and less timing dependent. Happy makes a move. Upgrades 1010. One huge throw, one invul. Uber tanky Crypt Lord. 120 shall never attack this Crypt Lord. Am I blind, or is that not a second bracer for 120? You might not be blind, but you might forget that he found one and sold one already. And there's a Sobi mask. Oh my god, these items are getting absurd. I think 120 has the better items. 120 also has the better unit combo. Both break up keep, it's pretty much exactly the right time. Oh boy, that fight is gonna be ginormous. More production by 120, of course, thanks to the tempo. I would love to know, why is Happy going Banshees on Northern Isles, but not this game? Why is 120 not going Banshees last game, but this game? 4-4-3? 4-4-3 on both sides? Two-one upgrade on both sides. 120 sharking around, expecting expansions. Is he looking for Zeppelin cooldowns? No, he's looking for a Zeppelin himself. Is he dropping? Island. Bro. Behind the enemy main. Seems like Happy is a bit confused. Where are you? What are you doing? This is either genius or backfires if Happy is storming into his base. Oh, not going into the base. Love this map. It's the best map. Oh, Happy's doing nothing right now. Nothing. Only a blue Drake is not what you want. Theoretically, he could expand there. That is tricky now. Are you dropping onto the... Oh yeah, he is dropping. Risky play! Risky play. He gets one Acolyte, two Happy TP, 120 not responding at all just now. Now the TP, I think this was very late. Can you portal? I don't... Oh, that Lich was almost dead. Banshee stranded. But everything else was part of the town portal. That was so risky. And Happy is blowing the horn for the attack. Happy's expanding, going for the push. 120 leaves the base, no TP. 17 hour. Banshee comes out, should be dead immediately. Boom. Two Banshees not part of this. Do we have anti-magic up? We do. Destroyers can't soak it up anymore. I don't have a snooze button on my ads, just saying. Here we go. Anti-magic spread. Blue Drake coming in. Did not sell it. I'm kind of impressed. But alright. 2-1 versus 2-2. How are the silences? How are the impales? Blue Drake eating quite a bit of damage, but only 1 or 2 volleys, and that's about it. Oh, Nova hits, but anti-magic on it. That impale, though, beautifully done. Who has the better end of the stick so far? It looks like it's Happy. The coil misses. 120 lost the rhythm a little bit. The Banshees are getting annihilated. No anti-magic on them. That Crypt Lord is going to town. Scroll of the Beast. Hail Mary. This has to work. This coil hits a little better. We got a bit of curse everywhere. I like that, especially on the Lich. It's good damage mitigation. 120 needs to claw back. Dark Ranger in trouble. Gets the coil. Here we go. Spell shield, of course, phenomenal. Happy still has an Invo Potion. Dark Ranger retreating into the safety of the back. I don't know if that's too safe, though. Lich, here we go. Fiends are falling rapidly. Level 4 for Happy. Supply even. Invo Potion pop. Waiting for the next coil. Can't prevent that. Here we go. And 120 after a bad start into the fight might have a solution here. Another Nova, another kill. Still mana, so much mana, always mana. Dark Ranger presents herself on the silver platter. Coil across the screen, really well done. Oh, what a fight. Gorgeous Undead Mirror, Lich exposed. Lich exposed. Oh my god, he loses the damage dealer. And just like that, Happy might be ahead again, but his army took massive losses. Can't prevent Happy marching forward though, trying to take out the temple. Happy's got an expansion in the back, don't forget, but 120 does as well. Didn't even see that up until now. Dark Ranger can't fall, otherwise you're losing too much momentum. Oh, the coil hits the Spite Impale. That was the set timing, just a hair too late though. And now the Lich, you would love to have a Nova, but you can't, and there's an invuln anyway. But fighting against 120's home turf, not too sure if that's the smartest thing. Both are benefiting from Blight, and slowly but steady, they're both running out of mana for the coils. Destroyer versus Fiend. Anti-magic maybe a bit too late. Banshees are running out of mana as well. Is he not regenerating mana on the statues? Oh, he is. Silence hits the DK and the Lich. We're mining here. Oh, we're not fully mining here. He forgot Acolyte production. He only has 6. Happy with the presence of mind. And the Lich is still benched for 60 seconds. 120 is falling apart. I feel. How do you save this? Can you use the ghouls? He still has 3 ghouls. Yeah, I think that's the play. Rebuilds the temple, but can you save that altar? Not really. There is something at the tavern. Lich will be back. Does he even have enough resources? Not yet. Not yet. There we go. Close to level 5. Happy just expands again. The greed for gold by Happy, undeniable. 7 acolytes now for 120. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Lich is back. No mana though. Got an invuln and the staff at the shop. Should be safe for now. Oh, nuke. No potion on the DK. He has the resources. He's begging for a Nova. Happy with the Echo lead though. There's another Nova. There's another Impale. I'm pretty sure that Happy got his hands on the winner bracket semifinal. If nothing ultra crazy happens. Pushing into the Black Citadel. Oozing confidence now. Very, very good decision making that Lich kill. Deciding the game probably. And the Acolytes not being part there. That hurts of course when everything is so tight-knit. You can't make this mistake if your opponent is not making the same mistakes. And now whatever you focus, 70 food is probably going to be a kill. No coil at the moment thanks to stun. Here we go. Ghouls just hacking lumber. Would have loved to see them in the fights. A bit of curse. Alright. Not the most experienced Banshee player. Could be an opportunity that he forgot to turn it off actually. And that Crypt Lord is just the Vanguard. You don't break this guy. You don't break that shell. 120 doesn't realize it yet. Again, the coil is not getting disjointed. He wants to trade the Liches. Can he do it? There's still an Invul Potion. He can't even threaten. The Invul Potion can't reach for the Nova either. Happy's Impale timing's just a second too late always. Is there a chance? Oh, Happy. Okay, he got his Lich safe now. If he has the resources, maybe a tower is in order, but he's 20 feet down. Happy 3 bases. 120 is stemming against the defeat. But if we're realistic, there's not too many arguments in his favor. There was the last Impale for a bit. But these nukes, they don't land. Man, the Zeppelin drop was a sweet idea. And it somehow didn't work out. Hoping for a Lich 5. How are you getting the kills? Good zoning. Crypt Lord always up front. Happy made the mistake once to overcommit with his DK. Never again. Invo potion should be ready. Yep. Now Happy is getting Banshees himself. If there was one thing going for Happy, going for 1-0, there was that. But Happy might have lost the map, the first map against 1-0 in 3 months. But he won't lose the series. Still the king of Undead Mirror in 2024. Interesting developments though. We're moving away from Lich. We're all going Fiends. Gentleman Mirror is back. Destroyer Mirror is gone. And that was just the first of hopefully many encounter between the two. That gives us a winner bracket semifinal of Happy versus Sock. And 1-0 is facing Fly in the lower part of the bracket. That is for the winner bracket semifinal the day after tomorrow. The lower bracket round the day after tomorrow. I feel like 1-0 played really weird on map 1. Would love to see him play this straight up. But yeah, the better players prevailed. Today, Sock more consistent than Fly, even though Fly put on a hell of a fight. And 1-0 threatened Happy a little bit, but eventually doesn't work. Fly and Infi, the favorites prevail in 2-on-2 as well. But respect to Hawk and Armor for that first map. That was really good. Now, they're going to show us next what's coming